What do you do when the man who's supposed to mentor you becomes your biggest thief? I was just a female grad student in a male-dominated field, and he was a powerful professor. He thought I was too quiet to fight back. He underestimated me. This is how I used his own arrogance to destroy the reputation he built on my stolen work. For 2 years, Professor Evans was my mentor in the computer science department. As one of the few women in the advanced machine learning program, I worked twice as hard to prove myself. He saw the potential in my research on neural networks, calling it revolutionary. I spent countless nights in the lab, fueled by determination and too much coffee. He was my guide, my champion, or so I thought. The breakthrough came when I finally perfected the algorithm. I'd created a model that could predict economic trends with unprecedented accuracy. I rushed to his office, my hands trembling with excitement. He listened intently, that familiar paternal smile on his face. "Leave your notes with me, Sarah. I want to verify the data. This is too significant for any errors." My female intuition tingled, but I ignored it. I trusted him. Weeks passed. His office hours became unavailable. My emails went unanswered. Then came the university announcement. There was Professor Evans, standing proudly with the department head. The headline, "Esteemed Professor revolutionizes predictive analytics with groundbreaking algorithm." He'd stolen everything, every line of code, every hypothesis, the work that had been my entire life for 2 years. When I finally cornered him after class, he was condescendingly calm. "Sarah," he said, patting my shoulder like a child, "in academia, we build on each other's work. Be grateful you contributed to something important. Besides," he added, lowering his voice, "who would believe a young woman like you developed this alone?" The condescension cut deeper than the theft. He was using my gender as a weapon. But he'd made one mistake. He didn't understand how thoroughly a woman documents everything when she's fighting to be taken seriously. You see, I'd discovered a tiny, elegant flaw in my own algorithm, a logical paradox that would only surface under specific, high-pressure conditions. I'd been meticulously tracking it in a private, blockchain-verified digital journal. Every entry was timestamped and uneditable, proving I'd identified the issue months before his discovery. So I played the part he expected, the humble, deferential female student. I went to his office with tears in my eyes. "You're right, Professor," I whispered. "I was just being emotional. It's an honor to have helped your important work." I saw the satisfaction in his smile. He thought he'd put me in my place. When he was invited to demonstrate his algorithm at the prestigious Tech Global Conference, he asked me to be his assistant. "The optics are good," he said. "A young woman on stage." I knew he meant a prop. The day of the presentation, I wore red. I stood quietly in the wings while he explained my life's work to a captivating audience of thousands. He was charming, authoritative, the brilliant male academic. I held his presentation clicker and waited. During the live demo, he input real-time global market data. For 3 glorious minutes, the algorithm performed perfectly. He glanced at me with that smug paternal smile. Then the cascade began. The sophisticated predictions devolved into nonsense. The screen showed that stock values were apparently determined by lunar cycles and coffee consumption in Finland. The audience laughed nervously. Professor Evans began sweating. "Technical difficulties," he stammered. That's when I walked on stage and took the microphone from his trembling hand. "It's not a technical difficulty, Professor. It's a fundamental design flaw. One I documented in my research journal on," I stated the exact date, "while you were still, according to your published notes, in the conceptual phase." I turned to the audience. making eye contact with the women in the crowd. The proof of my authorship, including discovery of this exact flaw, has just been sent to every major news outlet and the University Ethics Committee. The silence was broken by the sound of 1,000 phones buzzing simultaneously. The headlines were brutal. Male professor's career crashes after stealing female students' work. The revenge of the quiet girl in the lab. But the most satisfying moment wasn't watching him resign. It was receiving emails from dozens of young women in STEM, thanking me for what I'd done. One wrote, "You fought back for all of us." He tried to use every stereotype against me: the emotional woman, the quiet student, the grateful assistant. In the end, they were the very things that made my victory so complete. Sometimes the quietest woman in the room isn't being passive, she's just waiting for the perfect moment to speak.